you need some drama, you need some intrigue, and I feel like that's exactly what this week's rankings were all about.
But Chad, isn't Oregon a great example of what this college football season has been? Which is, you've got one, it looks like you have one true elite team, and then there's just this hodgepodge of really good teams. I don't know if there are any other great teams in the mix, and Oregon's one of them.
And again, I saw that the latest rankings, and we talked about it, and Jill, you can chime in on this one too. This is exactly what they want. It's 2 SEC teams, 1 Big Ten power, 1 team out west. This is how you would draw it up if you had a television package for this is what we want our playoff to be, and they have it right now. It's not going to be that way at the end of the year, but they have it right now.
Absolutely. And I think that when you look at this week's playoff rankings, you remember that this is the TV show aspect of it coming out. If they just moved everybody up one spot, that doesn't make for good TV. Nobody has anything to talk about for the week. We're all just sitting there going, oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense that we just bumped them down a little and scooted everybody else up. That you need some drama, you need some intrigue, and I feel like that's exactly what this week's rankings were all about.
What the college football playoff needs more than anything else is for Cincinnati to find a way into that playoff and to win one game.
Yes.
Just win a game.
Glorious.
Don't win it all. You don't have to win it all.
That'd be fine too.
But if a Cincinnati got in there and won just one time,
change everything.
That would be a game changer. I'm not saying there's going to be a Cincinnati every year capable of that, but at least we get to the point where, okay, maybe now Cincinnati's moving to a Power 5, so it's a moot point. But maybe now one of these programs will have a chance to rise up and do something. By the way, we didn't discuss this yesterday. What do we think about Jim Mora Jr. coaching UConn? Paul, you're our Northeastern correspondent. Your thoughts on the UConn football job?
It's a lot of energy required for what appears to be a hopeless job. I wonder how much money he got for that. I don't know why anybody wants to take that on.
Well, Jim Mora Jr. is not exactly highly thought of in coaching circles right now either, but that's a good name.
Yeah.
I saw the hire and I'm like, if you're trying to sell recruits on UConn, you could do a lot worse than Jim Mora as a name to coach that program.
He's a good name, and that's about it. I will say, working at the Pac-12, he was one of the coaches that I covered for years at the Pac-12. I was not sad to see him go.
Was not sad.
What's the biggest downside? He's not pleasant to deal with?
In any shape or form.
Just
like his father?
With everyone at all times?
With everyone. I mean, and there's just so many examples, and everybody that knows him it's not a secret, like you're saying, in coaching circles. Everyone knows that we'll use the term unpleasant. We'll just stick with the term unpleasant to deal with.
Is Chip Kelly more or less pleasant? Chip Kelly, is he more or less pleasant?
Way better.
Okay.
Chip is funny. Chip is a movie guy. Chip is a stupid humor guy. If you can get Chip on a good day. Yeah, Chad actually
Why is he not on the show weekly?
Chad would love Chip Kelly. And once you're in the inner circle with Chip, you're in for life. Jim Mora, I used to text our color analyst questions because I was like, hey, I need a real answer to this, and I need Jim to, this is part of my story for like my opening hit or whatever in the game. So if you could ask it, that would be great, because then he'll actually answer
Chip's
it.
not on the show weekly because he talked to Dennis Leary.
Yeah. Well, we're now gonna bump Roston Marshall Thurber for Chip Kelly.
Philomena, have you watched that?
Get his movie thoughts. Oh, you like that, huh?
Yeah. So that hire doesn't make much sense given what you're saying, because Connecticut needs to sell itself to players and to New England, and it doesn't sound like he has much of a chance.
It's not even about I think Connecticut. You would almost be better off doing what Texas Tech did. They hired the staple, Joey McGuire, the staple of Texas high school football, who everyone loves, everyone knows, and he's going to recruit all these high schools where he knows everyone, and he's a Texas guy. You need that Northeastern fixture. Yeah. Like you could go hire a legendary New England high school coach connected everywhere that would know exactly where to go to get the right players to succeed at UConn.
Better than this.
That's a fit, right? What is Jim Mora Jr.'s fit in New England at UConn? I don't know. That's a weird deal. But I'm looking forward to getting Jill getting Chip Kelly on the show for us.
There you go.
Coming up.
The top of my Jim Mora list, though, he was throwing F-bombs my way post game.
Wow.
Saying that we don't do that here. And all that was a post-game interview with this player, which we did every week.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you know this or not, Jim, but this is standard. Everybody does this.
This is what we do.
And he is going to hate NIL.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice rude awakening for him with the UConn budget that he's going to have.
He doesn't have to worry about NIL at UConn.
If Dan Wolken had a problem with Bo Davis's rant, he's going to have a real problem with Jim Mora's rants about NIL and the transfer portal.